I'm self-taught. I went to the library because I needed to learn how to do calligraphy because I was repeatedly asked to do posters in a job that I was in. So I figured I'd better learn how to do it. I think being self-taught is the hard way. I'd recommend a class over self-taught any day because it took me probably 3 years to learn what most people learn in 6 weeks. I use the italic alphabet a lot because it's fast and it's flowing and it's beautiful. And variations of that just come spontaneously. I don't usually think about it. You can change the pen angle a little bit and get variations, or the letter height according to the tool size can change. But I just let it pop out.
What was the name of that again?
Italic.
Italic.
This is the italic alphabet.
What type of paints are they? Are these, you said earlier they're like watercolor type paints?
They're water-based paint. It's called gouache, and it's opaque because the pigment is ground less fine than it is in transparent watercolor. But it's basically the same thing.
Gouache, is it called?
Gouache. I think it's French.
The style you're using here looks a little bit more, a little fancier. You seem to have a little bit more flair with the pen. Is it just because it's a larger print, or is it different lettering style?
It is still italic. You can add flourishes forever to the point of being unreadable. I don't like to use a lot of flourishes.
A flourish is a kind of a sporadic
just
movement.
A decoration.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be so sporadic that they don't look fluid, though.
I see.
It's the kind of alphabet that lends itself to making flourishes because it is so fluid.
Mm-hmm. Very easily read. I mean, it's even if it's fancy, but yet it's easily readable.
The pen I'm using is called an automatic pen. I don't know the reason.
It gives a very full line.
Calligraphy can be done with a lot of different tools. A lot of it is done with a broad edge, which is what I've been using here. And that can be in the shape of a pencil or a brush or a steel pen or a quill. You can also do calligraphy with a ballpoint pen or a regular pencil too.
What type of ink is this? Is this a special type of calligraphy ink?
This is just a regular brand of ink. The particular brand is called FW. I use it because it doesn't clog up your pen and it's not water soluble, so that once you have it on paper, it's not going to dissolve if someone sneezes on your page. Here's the Gothic alphabet, and it predates the italic alphabet that I use so much. It's more difficult to read because the letter forms are so much more decorative, and people aren't accustomed to seeing the shapes as much, so it's not quite as usable as the italic alphabet.
Everything seems to have it's very horizontal and vertical. I mean, they're very straight lines all the time.
Another name for it is black letter, because once you put it on a page, it turns the paper black because it fills it up so much.
What are the different types of papers that you do use?
Anything that's pH balanced. There are a lot of brands on on the market. One of the things I use a lot is watercolor paper, and it can be a variety of brands. When I do a piece of calligraphy for archival preservation, I don't use fixative because that will eventually yellow your paper. You have to be very careful about the kind of paper you use and what you put on it.
We've been here at the Bloomington Arts Center viewing the exhibition from the Colleagues of Calligraphy. I'd like to thank Jane Schroeder and Karen Hansen for their help. And Jane, where can we go to get some more information about the Colleagues of Calligraphy?
For more information about the Colleagues, please write the Colleagues of Calligraphy, attention, membership chairman, P.O. Box 4024, that's St. Paul, Minnesota, 55104-0024.
Thank you. Well, this has been another installment of the Fine Arts Series program in Bloomington Arts Center. This is Kevin Palmer reporting for our Store Cable Network.